Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're looking at this almost brand new 2025 Hyundai Elantra Preferred, and as you can see it has only 248 kilometers on the clock. As always, we're gonna check inside, we're gonna check outside, and then we're gonna take it for a quick test drive. But before I start the video, I just want to say that I'm really surprised with how this car feels, looks, drives, and all of that for a really good price. You get a lot of features, but we're gonna cover all of that in this video, so hope you guys stick to the end, and please let me know down in the comments below what do you think about this car. But I think it's a great value for the money. Also, thank you for watching. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Okay, with that out of the way, let's first check the outside. As you can see, we have this nice black, this is a Abyss black color. This is a $250 option, and I think it's worth every penny. I think it gives that elegant look to this Elantra. Looking at the front, I like what Hyundai did with designing the front end here. We have big Hyundai logo in the middle. We have our LED daytime running lights and LED headlights. They're automatic. And also you can see that on this black grille here we have these sensors, which will help us with all the safety features that you get with this car. And I think that this front fascia really looks good. Moving to the side, we have these 16-inch alloy wheels. They look nice, and it's like a dark gray metallic color, which I think looks nice. These tires are 205 55 16. Moving further down, we have our mirrors. They're the same color as the car, and there's no turn signals integrated here, but hey, this is preferred, so this is not the base level, just above the base level. But for the price that we're gonna discuss a bit later, I don't even expect to have the embedded turn signals. With the Preferred trend, you also get the keyless entry, which is nice. So just by pushing this button you can lock or unlock your car. Moving down, you can see that it has this slope design, which gives it that nice elegant style as well. Although I'm someone who likes to have flat trunk, so when I'm resting I can put my coffee on it, but that's just me. Moving to the back, we have our LED tail lights, sporty design when it comes to the back end, with Hyundai logo in the middle and then Elantra sign across the trunk. We have our reverse camera right here, and then if we push this button it will open up your trunk, and look at the space you get inside. It's impressive, to say at least, considering that this is a sedan. You have a lot of it's wide, it's tall, it's deep, so you're gonna be able to fit a lot of things in here. Looking underneath, as you can see, there's a room for the spare tire, but you do not get it. You get this tire mobility kit, and I believe that this is the approach that Hyundai is taking, because when you buy one of these or lease or whatever, you get 5-year road assistance for free. And I believe it has something to do with Hyundai doing some kind of research, and they realized that majority of people nowadays, they don't know how to change the tire. So you have a patch kit, and then you have the road assistance, which in general it costs more than it would to put a spare tire, but Hyundai is listening to their customers, which is always nice to see. Looking at the back seats, so let's check the door. So black hard plastic door, boring design, and you have silver door handle, a little bit of storage area here, but that's about it. Now looking at the space, I'm gonna get inside, close the door, and as you can see, I have a lot of knee room, a lot of headroom, and this is me sitting behind my seating position. I'm 183 centimeters or 6 feet tall, and as you can see, loads of room for my feet, for my knees, for my head. And this rear bench is really wide, and this hump is not that high, so having 3 adults in the back here, it's gonna be ease and they're gonna enjoy it. You have 2 USB-C ports in the back, no vents, but the only thing it's missing is that armrest with the cup holders. And believe me, when you have your passengers in the back, when you're taking them for a nice long drive, that's something you need. And I figured out hard way, let's say, when I bought my first car, I wasn't paying attention to that, so then I had to improvise something by adding the cup holders. But anyway, I wish that Hyundai put this, you know, armrest, and I'm not sure if you get that if you go up on the trim level, but that's something that for sure is missing in the back to kind of complete, you know, and give you the whole package when it comes to the back seats. I'm okay with no vents, although it's nice to have them, but for me, having that armrest with 2 cup holders now kind of became a mandatory. But that's just me. Fuel cap here, you have the button there, but it's gonna take the regular unleaded fuel. Moving to the front, so same design, black design, hard plastic. You have silver accenting around your speakers, silver accenting on your door handle, and then you have your switches to control or for windows. Only driver's side will go all the way down or all the way up with 1 click, and for rest of the windows you're gonna have to hold it. A little bit of storage area here, and not great amount of storage area here. It's really flat, and even if you have a smaller bottle, I think you're gonna have to lay it flat. But hey, now moving to the inside, I am generally surprised how comfortable and supporting these seats are. So as you can see, these are cloth seats, manually adjusted. So if you go up, I believe luxury is the next step up when it comes to the trim levels, and that's where you're gonna get your leather seats, and also you're gonna get driver's side automatically adjusted, but power adjusted, sorry. But these seats, guys, super comfortable, supportive, and you're gonna enjoy being in sitting in them. Okay, let's get inside. Close the door. Okay, honestly, it's a great cabin to be in, although you still have a lot of cheap hard plastic, but the things that you will touch the more, like a steering wheel, leather steering wheel, this armrest here is nice, not as soft as some, but still nice comfortable armrest to have your, you know, elbow there. But it looks really nice, it looks good, and I like what the Hyundai is doing. They have this like round design which gives you an impression that you have that this cabin is way bigger than it is, and then having these pillars and the roof a different color, in this case white, it opens up the space even more. So it looks like you have a lot of space, and you do. You saw me sitting in the back seats with ease. Glove box, decent sized glove box. I love this design. There's again hard plastic, but it has some texture to it. Your vents have this nice silver accenting that goes from end to end, which is nice. 8-inch display, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto included. Both of them are wireless. And if you watch some of my videos, this is a design straight you know, from Kia, and I'm not a big fan of these buttons, but you can fix that by adding a tech package that you can add with the preferred trim level, and then you're gonna get two nice 12.3-inch displays. And I think that, you know, Hyundai is doing a phenomenal job. I recently got a brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson, and that's what I have. That's the setup I have, and I love it. I love it. Moving down below, you have your AC controls. It's not fancy, so you don't have your screen there, you know, knobs and show you the, but it's nice, simple, efficient, and these dials, these knobs, they're like really nice to use, and it's there. You can use it. You can clearly see what you need, what you're getting, which is great. Front seats are heated, and then you have heating steering wheel. That's what you get with the preferred. Trim below is essential, and you do not get heated steering wheel, but with the preferred you do. AC circulation inside the car, and then rear window defroster. Down below you have a decent storage area. Easily I can put my phone, and there's still some space there. We have 12-volt socket, USB-A, USB-C, your gear selector, drive mode button, and then also you can click this button and it's gonna bring up your camera, which is cool. Manual handbrake, you don't see that anymore with these new models, but with the Hyundai Elantra you get a manual handbrake. Two cup holders with this divider that, you know, is good if you have some change, you can put it there. And then decent size, let's say decent size central area here. You know, it's gonna hold a few goodies. Moving to this here, the steering wheel, leather steering wheel, and as I mentioned, it's heated. I'm not a big fan of this design, I'll be honest, but one thing I did realize while driving it is that you have a lot more area to put your hand. So, you know, these dividers here, you can put your hand like this and drive. Here it gives you more options when it comes to holding the steering wheel, but the general design, you know, I don't know what to think about it. Maybe if I had this car it would grow me with time, but as of right now, no. You have your buttons on your steering wheel. Left side will control your music, and then the right side is gonna control, you're gonna control your cruise control, this small screen here, and then also you can put, you know, lane keeping assist using this button here. We're gonna talk about that just in a minute, but here on the left you have a button for, you know, level of illumination, and then you have your button for on and off when it comes to the traction control. This screen in front of us, I believe this is 10.1-inch display, but on the sides what you're seeing, the only thing that's going to change is going to be the color of these lines here, and that's based on the mode, drive mode that you select. So right now I'm in smart and it's blue. Normal is blue, is the same thing. If I go to eco, it's going to be like greenish, and then if you go into sport, it's going to be a red. The screen that you can actually see the information and, you know, display something, change something, is in the middle, and it's a 4.1-inch display, and you're gonna use these two buttons here to display whatever you want to see. So let's say if I go driver assistance, speed limit, it's gonna scan the signs and it's gonna show you the speed limit. Warning methods, driver attention warning, driving safety, if we go there, you have forward safety collision, lane safety, blind spots, and then if I go back, parking safety, you have rear cross traffic alert, which is great to have. And a few more things, but I like to keep it on my fuel consumption. Okay, let's take it for a quick test drive, and we will talk about, you know, all the good things like pricing, everything else that you get, the engine and all that stuff. So talking about the engine, 2-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with IVT transmission, so it's just a step up to CVT, a little bit more intelligent system than the CVT. 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. Really fuel efficient car. So city 7.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Highway, it's gonna go down to 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers, and then the tank size is 47 liters. For my viewers from USA who, you know, use the miles per gallon, city, it's gonna do 30.5 mpg. Highway, it's gonna go all the way up to 40 mpg, and then your tank capacity is 12.4 gallons. So really fuel efficient car. Price, when you're looking to buy Elantra, you have 4 different trims. So you have Essential, Preferred, which I'm in right now, Luxury, and then you have the N line. MSRP starts for Preferred, so let me rephrase that. MSRP for Preferred is just under $27,000 Canadian dollars, and it's almost, not full, but almost $2,000 more than the Essential, but you do get some nice safety features and all that stuff. In all honesty, I think that if you were to go with Preferred trend, you can then add a tech package which is $2,000, I believe $1,950. What you get with that? You get nice 2 12.3-inch displays, you get the sunroof, you get a few other goodies, but also what you do get is a Blue Link system, which, you know, I've been using with my Tucson ever since I got it, and I absolutely love that feature. You can remote start your car, you can check all the parameters, you know, what's your fuel, you know, level of fuel that you have, the distance that you can cover with that, where is it located, and all that good stuff. With this, without the Blue Link, you do have a remote start that you can use with your key fob, but that one has a distance level. So you, like with the Blue Link, you can be in a completely different country because it uses a satellite, and you can still start your car. So let's, you know, forget about the MSRP, right? Because MSRP sometimes can be confusing, but let's talk about the final price, tax included, like what you can expect to pay if you were to go and opt for this preferred package. Sorry about that. So the Preferred, without the tech package, with, you know, taxes and all the fees and everything, you're looking at around 31,400 Canadian dollars. If you opt for that tech package, you're looking at around $33,500, which I believe is a great, you get like a great value for that money. So what do you get? Like, let's try and put all of that together. You get a nice looking sedan. I believe, you know, Hyundai has been doing a great job with designing their cars lately, but also inside with the tech package. And I think, and this is me, if you're thinking about buying this Elantra that will, you know, last you 10-15 years, if not more, it all depends on how you treat it, I think you should invest those extra $2,000 for the tech package, because it brings the you know, the feel of the interior, right? Those nice displays, the sunroof, and inside is where you're gonna spend the most of the time, and I believe it's a great value. So if you go with the tech, so let's say we're talking now with the tech package, we're talking about, you know, paying $33,500 ish, in that range. You're getting, so, great car on the outside, great car inside, and as I said, yes, you have this hard plastic, but still, you know, things that you do touch are really nice, you know, and nice build quality. You get a spacious cabin with these amazingly comfortable seats, cloth seats that are heated, and, you know, lots of room inside, front, back, decent sized trunk space, and also it's a fuel efficient. Now, many of you might say, you know, well, what about the reliability and stuff like that? Hyundai is not the same company it was, let's say, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. They've taken this game seriously, and the cars that they're making lately are super good, reliable, and I think, you know, you should consider this. And a friend of mine asked me, you know, what would I buy now? Would it be a Toyota Corolla or Elantra? And honestly, you know, if you asked me that question, let's say like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I wouldn't even think about it. I would say, you know, Toyota Corolla. But now, this stands a, you know, huge chance of me opting for that instead of, you know, Toyota Corolla. And again, in my opinion, looks much nicer inside, outside. And then when it comes to reliability, yes, Toyota is Toyota, and it will always be that. But they up their game in that term. So, you know, this, I don't know, but in my opinion, I'm kind of leaning more towards this as a daily driver, and, you know, as a car that I would buy before Toyota Corolla. Again, I would like you guys to let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Would you opt for this, or you would go with the Corolla? Ride quality of this car is nice, smooth, comfortable, and, you know, it's dealing with these potholes in Montreal with ease. These seats do help a lot, so you will definitely, once you're done driving, you will feel comfortable, you will not feel tired, and, you know, all those impacts from the holes and uneven pavement, all of that is handled nicely by the suspension and these seats, so you won't feel it. There is a little bit of tire noise coming, but these are not the best tires. I forgot what tire brand is on this car, but if you opt for, you know, a better brand, I think that, you know, like Michelin, or, and even these are winter tires, so if you opt for summer tires, this road noise will reduce by a lot. Engine is pretty quiet, and look, I'm gonna come to a complete stop. First time I you know, sat in this car, I thought it has a start-stop system, but it doesn't. It's just how quiet this engine is. And as you can see, I'm right now at 57 cruising, and it's super quiet. super quiet, super relaxing, and you know, the isolation is done really good, really good. Honestly, if you're looking at buying this, or if you're, you know, on the market to buy a new car, go and test drive this. Go and test drive it, and I'm telling you, you will be surprised how well built this car is. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna come to like being one of the top contenders for your new car, especially with the, you know, price point and what you get. Safety features, like you have everything: blind spot monitoring, front collision warning with emergency braking if needed, rear cross traffic alert, cruise control, and you also have lane steering assist. So if you activate that, it's gonna steer itself. You will have to put your hands on the steering wheel every 10 to 15 to 20 seconds. Now let's put in sport and let's go on a highway. Let me tell you something, these Elantras, they are surprisingly fast. That was not a full throttle, guys. You know, you're looking at it, you're like 147 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque, IVT, which is just a glorious CVT. I don't know, they're fast. These are quick cars, and you know, merging onto a highway, no issues whatsoever. Having fun, you know, while driving, you can do that with this car. Is it as fun as, you know, to drive? And for me, the most recent example I can compare it to is the 2024 Audi A3 that I, you know, made some videos yesterday. And please make sure to go and watch that video, because that Audi A3 is a great fun car to drive, but a little bit bizarre. Is this Elantra as fun as Audi A3 to drive? No. A3 is much more nimble, much more faster, and you know, quicker from the start line, but you can still have quite a lot of fun with this Elantra. And on top of that, let me just quickly compare it to the A3 I reviewed yesterday. So A3 I had, and again, I recommend you go and watch that video as well. A3 I had is a base level, right? It's a base level, comfort 40 TFSI, MSRP just under $41,000. And this one, let's say now, without, or let's even out the playing ground a little bit. Let's say that you have a tech package here with the nice displays and the sunroof and everything, which Audi has. With that, the MSRP is gonna be, with the tech package, it's gonna be 29, and that one is 41. So we're talking about $12,000 difference. You get more features and options going with this than with Audi. Yes, Audi is Audi, German, you know, considered a luxury brand. Build quality is you know, super nice, and you know, I would say better than, you know, better than the Hyundai Elantra, but is it like $12,000 better? Is it that much better? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. It's, you know, this is a great value, you know, for the money that you give. And I, you know, since I stepped inside of this Elantra, I was blown away, you know, how it feels, how it drives, the way these seats are. I always go back to these seats, but the way these seats are, the way these seats feel, and the way, you know, how comfortable they are and everything. And then, you know, considering all the tech that you get, you know, I also forgot to mention, it's gonna, you know, check for the speed limits. It's gonna show them here, but also it's gonna scan the signs. So, which is a helpful feature, a nice feature to have. So, with that said, and let me just finish with the Audi A3. With the A3, you don't get the blind spot monitors, you don't get a heated steering wheel, you get a fancy park assist, you know, system that I don't think you're gonna use that often, but you don't get these like regular stuff and that you get on the cars and with the brands like Hyundai and the cars like Elantra. It's packed with features, it's comfortable, it's good looking. Again, if you go with the tech package, it's gonna bring the interior design and the way it looks and the way it feels even more. So guys, I really think that, you know, this one, if you're on the market and if you're in that, in a range of $30,000 to $33,000, consider going out and checking the Elantra. You're gonna be surprised. With that said, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, and if you did not already, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon, and I'll see you in another video.